So will the Tau Empire save the Warhammer 40,000 universe? I am optimistic. I am optimistic that maybe it's not the Tau Empire that does it, but there's Warhammer is starting to show signs that they're going to be making good decisions to cover up for like a month of really bad decisions and bad news that we've received from in the wargaming community. So starting with the first good decision is releasing the Tau Codex. Previously, you could only buy the Tau Codex by buying the Kroot Army box. I thought that was a weird decision. I like the look of that Kroot Army box. If I was going to have a Tau Army, I would have loads of Kroot because I think they look cool. I see other people in my local shop buying that box set, and I have seen it being played. So it wasn't a terrible decision to put the codex in, and I didn't hear many people complaining about it because the Kroot was pretty cool, but it was a bit strange that they didn't give you the option of, no, maybe there's Tau players that only like robots or only like vehicles and don't really want to buy the Kroot. So I think this is a good sign that they've released it, and maybe it shows that Games Workshop can still make good decisions. And maybe they are listening to the fans. I'm saying maybe. I'm being optimistic here. So like, yeah, you can buy the mods individually. That's very typical. Games Workshop release a box set, and then a few months later, you can buy the models. Like the Gorges are out now after like what, 8 months. And I like the Kroot. I mean, when I look at the Kroot, if I consider buying them, like I've said before, they're like skinny orcs. I'd still rather have an orc army than a Kroot army. But then I also, as I've said previously, not impressed with the orc codex, so I'm not buying an orc army. An orc army. I think they've redone the combat patrol tower. I think this is good. Not interested in buying it because I don't like those small tower infantry, but that's my own subjective opinion. I see that this box set is going to be appealing soon. It's got a big spaceship. Big spaceships are objectively cool. It's got a big robot. Big robots are objectively cool. Those little guys, not a big fan of, but I'm not too bothered by it. And I'm sure there are people who will obviously love this set. So I think this is a good set. Is it better than the old Combat Patrol set? Maybe. I like it. I like it. I'm optimistic that if somebody is a new player, new to the game, if they see this Combat Patrol, it is definitely going to appeal to people who like, I don't know, Japanese themed robots. To me, I don't know. I don't know what the inspiration for the Tau are, but to me they look Japanese. They look like something from Japan, like futuristic Japanese people. And the word Tau is obviously a word you hear in that part of Asia. I'll stop before somebody who isn't Japanese complains to me that I'm being racist against Japanese people. I love the Japanese more than I love the Tau. I have to say that. Tau dice is cool. I might just get that dice because I think the dice looks awesome. Yeah, and like I said before, haven't been too optimistic about the orc releases. So, but yeah, I think we could see these new Tau announcements that came out yesterday will help boost their stocks. So this isn't much. This isn't great evidence, but their stocks did shoot up this morning. Did go up. You know, some traders made money off that move. Like it was going down, looked like, you know, because of the Custodes thing, the Custodes controversy, you know, going down for 2 weeks. The Tau information gets released. Okay, steady, slightly momentum up, and tomorrow we can have a look at the other news that they released today on Monday. Will that boost their stock? And obviously, I I can't tell you that, but they released one of the Skaven engineers, and I go, okay. I think that is going to be well received in the Skaven community. I think Skaven players will look at that and go, "Oh yeah, that's cool. That's is an improvement from the previous Skaven engineer. A Skaven player has a greater weight of opinion than I do. Does it make me want to buy it? No, not really. That Skaven faction isn't, or sub faction isn't my favorite. That model as a playable unit isn't that interesting to me, but I do like the way it looks, and it gives me hope that the new Skaven line that's coming out is going to look good, even if I don't like that specific model. If you get what I'm saying, I don't need to like something for me to have hope in the future. If I enjoy artistically, that gives me hope that they're going to make models that I like. So, Tau or the Skaven? Will the Tau or the Skaven save Games Workshop from the female custodies civil war? So anyway, I'm playing one-page rules this weekend, so I cover my bases. Going to avoid buying Games Workshop products for a few months until this game comes out, and then I can go nuts and buy a massive box, and I'll be playing OPR. But I still have obviously a large Age of Sigmar army, which I look forward to playing with. Why would I buy more models if I haven't played a full 2,000 point game yet? And I also have a large competitive Necron army, and I will be playing several games that in a crusade. So I'm still going to be with Games Workshop. I'm still going to be playing competitions and playing games. I'm just going to avoid buying their products until they make something that I really enjoy, such as maybe this the Schoonhaven, the new Skaven line. I'm optimistic about the new Skaven line. I'm looking forward to buying the Age of Sigmar 4th edition, but I am cautious of buying more models at the moment. I don't want to invest in buying more Flesh Eater courts and then deciding that I don't like the company, giving up. But still, I'm very happy with my Ogre army, Age of Sigmar for the next year or two will be my main war game to play because I do enjoy it more than Warhammer 40,000 because it's less complicated and less stressful to play, and I do prefer to one-page rules. I prefer Age of Sigmar to one-page rules because it is slightly more complicated. It's a good bit more complicated than OPR. So let's see, but I think the Tau and the Skaven news from yesterday and today is a signal Games Workshop might be making good decisions from a market analysis point of view.